For the second on our list of 5, we rolled on downhill, down to Diablo Lake Overlook. And this really is the epitome of beautifulness. But the turquoise color water there is amazing.
Right, looks very photoshopped in real life.
Yeah, we love trees, and this is a jackpot of trees hidden just across the river.
But they're just huge. And they're right up against where a forest fire had come through, I think in
1922.
And you can see them burned right up to the edge.
We're J and B, and at the beginning of 2021, we hit the road. Permanently. We traded our city apartment for a constant stream of Airbnbs, new states, and places. And we wouldn't have it any other way. Come along with us as we explore all the U.S. and beyond has to offer. And join us as we continue
Living on the Way.
Hello there, and welcome back to Living on the Way, the podcast where we share our lifestyle of travel and location independence with you.
I'm Jay.
And I'm B. And today we're doing a quick take from North Cascades National Park after a beautiful afternoon drive along the North Cascade Highway.
We made 5 easy stops on a quick pass through North Cascades. Those were the Washington Pass Overlook, the Diablo Lake View, the Diablo Dam itself, Trail of Cedars, which is my favorite, and the North Cascades Visitor Center.
We went from east to west on State Route 20 to make these stops.
Yes, but first, some quick facts about North Cascades National Park. It was established in 1968, and it covers over 500,000 acres and over 300 glaciers in the park.
The North Cascades Highway, or State Route 20, slices through Ross Lake National Recreation Area and the national park, and it's the only road that accesses the park. In fact, most of the park is backcountry exploration, and it's often closed during the winter. All right, so our first stop before we officially entered the national park was Washington Pass Overlook at 5,500 feet elevation. And you get this almost jaw-dropping panoramic views of the craggy-looking mountains like Liberty Bell Mountain.
Yeah, very good mountainous terrain. We did a short quarter-mile max trail up to an overlook there, and it gives a good view of the highway slicing through the mountains. There's a beautiful view up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they just built the trail into the rocks. It was actually
very well done.
Mm-hmm.
For the second on our list of 5, we rolled on downhill, down to Diablo Lake Overlook. And this really is the epitome of beautifulness. But the turquoise color water there is amazing. And it is honestly the must-see stop inside of North Cascades. But moving right along now to number 3 on our list.
Which is also very related to the Diablo Lake because...
Yeah, the reason that Diablo Lake exists is because of Diablo Dam, which was built in the 1930s. And the man-made contrast of the cement against the wild mountains makes for an interesting, impressive look.
And there seems to be a learning center a little farther down past where you cross the dam. And also there is the Diablo Lake trailhead there. And that's a 7-mile moderate hike if you're interested, if you have more time than we did.
I thought the lake was amazing. I don't know if it looks different from the photos, but it looks just like the photos. It's like
it doesn't
Instagram in real life. It's nuts, the color of it. We stared at it for probably 15, 20 minutes straight, and you could do it for much longer than that.
Right, looks very photoshopped in real life.
Yeah, it's fed by the glaciers, and it's the color of the glaciers only in a large lake body. It's amazing.
It's created by glacial or rock flour, and it suspends in the water, and it gives it that very blue color, and it's all concentrated in that one area. So yes, it's beautiful. Must stop. So stop at the Diablo Overlook, and then right up the road is the 10-minute detour to drive over the dam and get an even closer look right up on top of the water. So number 4 on our list today, and we stopped to do the Trail of Cedars. It's an easy loop right by the river. We just parked in the little town center right across from the information center. There was restrooms there, 30-minute parking, and we had plenty of time to do the full loop. We even stopped a lot. I would say if we didn't stop, it'd be about 15 minutes. We did it in about 25 minutes with lots of stopping and just tree gawking.
Yeah, we love trees, and this is a jackpot of trees hidden just across the river. The forest in this loop was very peaceful for being so close to town especially. And there was several interpretive signs all along the path, which I, of course, stopped to read. You learned about the trees, you learned about the history of the area. And these trees were large. They're the largest trees we'd seen since we visited Sequoia.
They were surprising. I didn't know to expect these giant cedar trees. The majority of them were just giant cedar trees. And you don't really understand the scale of them until you're like right next to them, but they're just huge. And they're right up against where a forest fire had come through, I think in
1922.
And you can see them burned right up to the edge, and some of the trees that are still standing have a little bit of the scarring, but it's really an interesting dynamic that it gives right along the river.
Beautiful. There's a fun suspension bridge to walk across as you get over to the loop, and then you just get to spend time with these hundreds of year old trees, which are some of them 9, 10 foot in diameter. It's incredible.
So our final stop in North Cascades, of course, no trip to a national park, for us at least, is complete without a visitor center stop. So we stopped just past New Halem at the visitor center there. That's where you can pick up the backcountry permit. They have great exhibits, maps. There was ranger talks. And Jay even watched the park movie.
And you know me, I love a good park movie. And this visitors center, though, is definitely upper quartile, new, modern. And of course, we grabbed our pins for me and stickers for B. And while we were visiting just for a short period of time, doing the drives and doing some of the stops right off of the road, Visitor Center really did show how much more there was to the park. The movie showed it all. Incredible views. And when you could see the folks that were there to sign up for the wilderness permits, you think about the seclusion and the isolation you have as you walk around nature.
That was our whirlwind tour.
Yeah, and if you only have an afternoon like we did, the route that we're talking to definitely gives you a taste. Everything from glaciers to lakes to large cedar forests.
And I don't feel like we missed a lot because we wouldn't have done the backcountry camping and all of that. So it really was a great way to see. And those stops that we mentioned here are really easy to do. So have you been here? Have you done more than we did? We'd love to hear from you. And we love having you along for this journey. So like and subscribe or follow us wherever you get your podcasts. And until next time, we will be
living on the way.